The last so-called recession in the UK saw a GDP drop of roughly 1%. The UK today has lost the highest GDP of any nation on earth. And you've probably seen this, or maybe you haven't seen this, but just stop and think. The UK has lost 20% of its GDP this year alone. And it's another one of those, I don't want to say I told you so, because I don't get any pleasure from this. But I was, again, screaming at people in the UK, do you not realise what a precarious financial situation Blair and Brown especially put this island in? Do you not realise what it's going to be like to live on an island like that in a decade, 15 years? This is when I was really trying to wake people up. And the responses I got were the typical responses. It'll never be like that here. We'll never lose. Oh no, it'll just be a little bit of, we'll have to tighten our belts for a bit. Well, I'm sorry, with the economic situation, the migration, who you've got in control of you, who you've allowed to be in control of you, this was their plan, to decimate that island. And for those that didn't really understand the full level of this decimation, well, you give it 3 to 6 months from now in terms of quality of life, and obviously this won't affect a vast amount of people. However, it's going to affect, I would say, 80% of the population of that island. A lot of people are going to be very happy. Your recent influx of non-working migrants on benefits, sitting in their flat, paid for by you, are going to be very happy, because it's still a better quality of life than many of them were experiencing back home. But it's just turned into the biggest shit show on earth. And people like myself, we sit here and we wonder, well, did we do enough to warn people? Did we really? And the thing is, it doesn't matter what timescale you bring into this, because 3 months ago people would have said, oh, everything will be all right. 6 months ago people will say, oh, everything will be all right. Today everybody will say, oh no, it'll be all right. Oh no, it'll be fine. And I just don't think there's a comprehension when everything revolves around money, especially in the UK. It's not a loving, caring place anymore. It really isn't. It's a snide, stab you in the back, sociopathic narcissist heaven. And that's unfortunately what's being portrayed in the media through politics and by the likes of the royals, who just disgust me and should disgust the nation. But for some reason they're still clinging on to this vision that everything will be okay. Put the kettle on, everything will be fine. Well, it's not going to be fine until people get out of their homes and sort this mess out. And people like myself, who tried for years just to give warning, just to provide information that would enable people to bounce up if there's an economic situation like this, or to just supply their own nutritional needs or energy, and all of this unfortunately comes back to money. Everybody thought they had enough, and a lot of people are about to realise that money isn't what they thought it was. And I can tell you that, having myself and my partner spent the past 10 years earning no interest, and retiring, that if you don't start making money work for you, you're fucked. Cheers.